Hello, and welcome to Oracle of the Divine Ophite. This is a collective tarot reading, so it might not resonate for everyone, but if it does resonate, please give the video a like and share it if you feel so inclined. And also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. So I've already done a pre-shuffle and an initial layout, and I've meditated on the cards. So the message I'm getting here from these cards today, I'm talking to someone out there who there's somebody hiding something from you about money. Or let's just say they're not being honest in some way, and it has something to do with money or financial resources. So this person is trying to project this idea of poverty consciousness onto the person I'm speaking to. They're trying to always worry about money, pretend like they don't have any money, pretend like there's not enough money, and they're just really, really putting out this energy of there's never enough, and they're projecting this poverty consciousness onto a Queen of Cups. And this Queen of Cups, this could be you, this could be somebody you know, this could be a male or a female, or like however you identify, but this is a person who has a very open, creative, beautiful, nurturing energy, very hopeful, very dreamy, very giving. And this is a person that generally doesn't worry so much about money. They're fully aware of the value of money and how money is a necessity for life, but they generally don't dwell on it and don't worry about it. This other person, this is a person that's very greedy. This is a person that's very money oriented, very money obsessed. And this person always has money. This is the thing. This is not a person that's ever really gone without money. As a matter of fact, like they've actually had a pretty financially abundant life, but they're always projecting the idea that they haven't. They're always projecting to other people that they don't have enough money and they haven't had enough money and that money's been a problem. But that's not the case for them at all. They've always had money. They've always been kind of graspy and greedy with their money, unwilling to share, counting every penny, looking at all the receipts, looking at everything. Like this is how they've lived their lives. And because of that, they've very rarely had any sort of real money issues. They probably even come from a pretty secure financial background as well. Like, their parents have money. They come from a family that, has quite a bit of money to spare. And so it's really strange that this person is always projecting this poverty consciousness wherever they go. And they're really, really laying it on thick to this Queen of Cups. They're really, really trying to make this Queen of Cups feel like there isn't enough money. This is probably someone that this Queen of Cups is involved in a romantic relationship with. So, but it might not be. It could be another family member, could be a friend, take it how it resonates. But I'm getting the impression that there's some sort of a romantic or at least a living tie. This is somebody that this Queen of Cups lives with. And so this poverty consciousness really affects this Queen of Cups because, they're living with it on a daily basis. The thing is that this is not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that, this person's being deceptive about their true financial status or their true financial state. There are lots of things that are not being shared with this Queen of Cups in regards to the true state of the financial situation. There is some deception going on, whether it's outright active deception or just, deception by omission. But there's something that's not being said, something that's not being communicated about the actual situation. So this deception, as I've said, it could be a really large deception, like a pile of money being hidden somewhere, like in a different bank account, in a foreign country, something like that. Or, it could be something smaller, like just, putting money aside and stockpiling it and not sharing with the other person that that's being done. But there's something sketchy going on there. So and the goal of doing that for this greedy person, this graspy person, is that they really just don't want to have to share resources. They want to be in control of the money. They want to be in total and complete control of all the finances. And they've tried to do that in the past. They've tried to just be outwardly kind of, dominating the money in a brutal way in the past, but it didn't quite work because the other person rebelled against that kind of outward behavior, and they were not able to put up a good enough fight or a big enough of a fight in order to actually win that battle. So what they've decided to do is to handle it in a more underhanded way by actually, being deceptive and hiding what's going on. And I think that deep down, this Queen of Cups, because, Queen of Cups energy, it's very psychic as well. It's very intuitive. So I think that this Queen of Cups is actually aware of this on some level and is kind of choosing to not really speak up about it, not really say anything about it. But the poverty consciousness is really, really starting to wear away at the Queen of Cups psychological state. It's starting to really weigh heavy on that energy. It's a lot to carry around, to like constantly be around like a greedy, graspy person who's, only worried about money, just thinking about money, asking about money all the time. But what I'm getting from this reading is that there's actually about to be some sort of a new emotional impulse, perhaps a change of heart. So I'm going to pull some more cards to get some clarification on that, to see if there could possibly be a change in this situation or if there's a new situation coming in. So let's see if there's any additional information on this. Okay, so it looks like we might possibly have a new energy coming in. It's the King of Pentacles. So this is a very strong financial energy. This could actually be a person. This could be a new person coming in that's going to actually help out this Queen of Cups in that situation. This could be a financial opportunity, or because it was a clarification actually on the combination of the Queen of Cups energy and the Ace of Cups energy, it could be a new love interest coming in. So let's get some more information. If this is a love interest or an actual person, this would be a very financially successful person, a very abundant person, somebody who really doesn't worry about money because they have money. Oh, and look at that. We got a clarification. So we've got the Queen of Cups again to Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups clarifying the King of Pentacles. So I'm getting that this is a love interest. And it could be a love interest that brings financial benefit along with it. So you got a rich person coming in to woo, to win your heart. And this person will be generous and very earthy, very sturdy energy. Oh, and somehow interacting with this person is going to allow you, whoever I'm speaking to out there, if you're this Queen of Cups energy, this person's going to allow you to become completely financially independent, completely able to rely on yourself so that you don't have to even think about poverty consciousness anymore. Doesn't even have to cross your mind. So you're going to finally have options. You're going to be able to choose what you want to pour your love and emotions into. You're going to be able to go through the full array of what you think is important in life and decide where you want to put that Queen of Cups creative force, and this is going to really, really change your life. You're going to come to a realization that whoever this person is that's been projecting this poverty conscious onto you, that's just been a state of mind. Like, your vibration has been attracting that person because of your state of mind, and that state of mind is going to be broken. It's going to be shattered into 1,000 pieces. And from that moment on, you're going to understand that you are the one actually that creates your own abundance. But this King of Pentacles energy is going to be the catalyst for you to make that discovery about yourself. But really, just remember, everything is a mirror of you, right? So when you meet this Emperor energy, this Emperor energy is going to be a reflection of you. It's going to be a reflection of a power and an energy that you always had inside of yourself, just waiting for you to discover it and use it. And sometimes we need an outside catalyst that comes in the form of a situation or a person or an event that shows us what we've always had inside anyway. So whoever this new person, this King of Pentacles, or this energy, this situation, whatever it turns out to be, take it how it resonates for you. But whatever this turns out to be, this new influence is going to really have a lot of Emperor energy that perhaps you haven't seen in yourself. You haven't discovered it in yourself, or at least you haven't been utilizing it to its fullest. And so that's why this poverty consciousness has been having such a great effect on you, is because you haven't been, been countering it with this Emperor energy that really everybody has inside of them. But most people just don't use it because they haven't discovered it. They always project the Emperor energy onto other people, like whoever this greedy person was, or is. Maybe this Emperor energy has been projected onto them, but actually anybody who's greedy and graspy, they're not operating in Emperor energy. They're operating in poverty consciousness. Like this is the energy that greed operates in. So this new Emperor energy that's coming from this King of Pentacles is going to be a catalyst and a reflection for this Queen of Cups to finally step into Emperor energy, because the Queen of Cups is a very, very good balance for Emperor energy. It's like the ability to be structured and powerful and assertive with a certain loving nature and a certain nurturing aspect to it as well. It's a very, very good balance. And so you're looking at a future of being a very balanced person, where you have these beautiful, nurturing, lovely, caring emotions that are balanced out with this powerful, assertive, financially abundant, structured Emperor energy that's coming out at the same time. That's an unbeatable combination that ultimately leads to complete self-reliance. And so, it looks like really this greedy, graspy kind of there's not enough energy becomes irrelevant at that point. Like whoever's projecting that onto you, that vibration then starts to disappear, because nothing can beat the combination of that Emperor energy with the Nine of Pentacles energy. There's nothing that can stand up to that. That's a very, very powerful energy to be wielding. There's also like this lingering tendency to, when someone's in poverty consciousness, the reason they're in poverty consciousness is because they're constantly comparing their financial state to the financial state of others. It's like they're looking at the people around them and the situations around them, and they're basically using that as a measuring stick for how well they're doing in life. And you also, if you look at the picture, you see, right, there's two trees. There's like a hardwood tree and a bamboo tree. And how can you actually compare? You can't compare a hardwood tree to a bamboo tree. There's nothing to compare, really. It's like they're two different types of trees. They're completely different than one another, other than the fact that they're both trees. That's the only comparison. So, comparing yourself to others, comparing your financial state to other people's financial state, that takes you out of creator energy, right? Like it just destroys the ability to create. It destroys the ability to manifest and bring things in, because you're actually lowering your vibration by doing that, because you're creating lack. Like comparison always creates a sense of lack in the person who's doing the comparing. And so once you're in lack mentality, then there is no creation, there is no manifestation, there is no ability to step out into your own power and become self-sufficient. So the cards are advising this, this transformation in the way that things are looked at, in the way that your financial situation is assessed, where, comparison stops. Comparison has to stop, and it has to become just looking at things from one point of view, and that's your point of view. Compare yourself to yourself, and that's it. You can't compare yourself to anyone else. You can only compare yourself to yourself. That's the only valid comparison that there ever is. And this King of Pentacles, this person who, this Emperor energy, this King of Pentacles, they're going to be really intense as well. Intense, passionate. They're going to bring in a lot of good news. They're going to bring in a lot of opportunity. They're going to bring in a lot of potential that you didn't see before. Potential to do things that you've wanted to do. Perhaps there might be travel involved with this as well. This could be someone who offers to, give you the opportunity to travel, either, with them or for work. Take it how it resonates. But this is just a person that's going to really shake up your life and bring in a lot of new perspective on things that have been stagnant and kind of hit a brick wall. This person's going to open up a lot of things that were seemingly closed off. And, the only thing you have to do is just participate. Like just, find yourself to be open to participate in what they're offering you, and open yourself up to the abundance that this person brings and the change of mentality that this person will bring into your life. You might meet this person at a party, honestly. There might be, you might get invited to some sort of an event, some sort of a celebration, something that maybe is out of the ordinary for you to attend something like that. But if you get invited to something like that, say yes. You might be a person that normally says no, but this time say yes, because the opportunity to meet this Emperor personality, this King of Pentacles energy, they might be at that event and that gathering, and that's going to be life-changing for you. It will be an opportunity for you to start something that will positively impact the rest of your life. So you might also meet this person through an older woman, or this person could be an older woman. Take it how it resonates. An older woman can have King of Pentacles, Emperor personality as well. So there might be, an older female energy that has something to do, and this person will definitely be able to show you the way in some endeavor. They'll be able to show you some things that you haven't seen before, and show you some methods or techniques or ways of doing things that you're unfamiliar with that could end up really taking your life in a different direction. And this relationship, like I said, it could be romantic or it could just be a business relationship. But whatever it is, it's going to take you out of this projected poverty consciousness that you've been in because of this person around you, this kind of greedy, graspy, lack consciousness person that's been negatively influencing you. It's gonna, this new interaction is going to take you out of that and show you how to look at the world in a completely different way. So it's very important that you open yourself up to socializing over the next few months. It's very, very important that you allow yourself to try new things, meet new people, really, kind of assume that the world is an abundant place and walk forward with that idea of abundance, expecting to meet someone like this. You'll know this person because you'll definitely feel strong emotion when you meet them. There's somebody that, as soon as you meet them, you're going to feel like fireworks of some sort. You're going to feel like, okay, wow, who is this person? Like, what, oh my gosh. Like, you'll feel like a sense of destiny when you meet this person. Like, you're definitely meant to meet them. You're meeting them for some very specific reason. You'll just have that feeling. It could even be like a past life contact of some sort, but you'll just know, you'll get that feeling right away that this person's going to be important to your life. And that, I just got, right underneath the last card was another card, great passion. You're going to feel very passionate about this person when you meet them. And that's how you'll know, because a lot of times when we meet people, we feel a little bit lackluster about them, right? Like, we meet someone and maybe they're nice and, you have a nice conversation, but you're just kind of like, whatever. But this person, no, you're going to just feel lightning bolts. You're going to feel like electricity going through your body. You're going to feel butterflies in your stomach. You're going to feel like you definitely just got like slapped in the head or something like that. Like, you're going to feel like you were asleep and all of a sudden you're awake because you've met this person. They're just going to have that type of energy. They're going to have this really passionate, powerful, abundant emperor energy that's just going to really, really like wear off on you and really inspire you to go out and do something different with your life. So, you might find yourself actually leaving this other person behind. Like, this, I don't know who this person is, but you'll find yourself being less and less interested in what this greedy kind of lack mentality person has to say, and more interested in the energy that this new person is bringing in. This King of Pentacles is going to be, a lot more influential on you and your feelings in the future. And it's going to lead to, at the very least, a new perspective on, how finances and money and abundance operates. And, at the very best, a new wonderful love relationship or romance that also leads to abundance and leads to you being more assertive, more confident, more self-sufficient, more of a creator, more of a builder, exhibiting more of your hidden inner traits, like the parts of you that maybe you haven't really shown to the world in their fullest form up until this point. So I see, a lot of opportunity coming in for you, and somebody new really, really coming in and inspiring you and taking you out of, this tendency towards feeling that there's not enough, or feeling like that there's not going to be enough, that, taking risks is dangerous. And, there's all these beliefs that have been projected by this person that really don't have anything to do with you. If you are this Queen of Cups energy that I'm speaking to, like, this is not who you are, that's who they are, that's what they believe. But there's been such an entanglement, such an emotional entanglement, that they've had a big effect, their energy has had a big effect. So now it's time to let go of that energy and move into a new energy. It's time to entangle yourself with abundance instead of entangling yourself with lack. And I think I'm going to leave it there. So if this resonated with you, please give the video a like and share it if you feel so inclined. And please subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and hit the notification bell. And this has been Oracle of the Divine Ophite, and all the blessings to you.